Welcome everybody. This is Budgeting a Decade to Freedom, and today we're going to talk about the funds that we're saving up and the investments. So yesterday we calculated our expenses and our income coming in for the week. Now we're going to talk about the money that we will be putting away, if any. I'm putting two Z's just for fun, because usually I put FUN dash and DS as in fun. Yeah, it's fun to have funds, but I messed it up a little bit, so decided to have fun. And I put two Z's. I should put a third one, because you know what? Been really tired this week. Why not? They kind of look like twos now. Oh well. You know, it wouldn't be me if I hadn't messed it up somehow a little bit. I still say that this is one of the best looking budget pages, especially for Christmas time. Really nice. Really like it. For the burlap, I would suggest using hot glue, because it does really whittle down your glue sticks, because it takes a lot. It kind of cakes into the burlap, but it's still pretty awesome. I love it. All right. So we're going to go to mortgage. We have a mortgage lump sum payment going through this week. But unfortunately, I'm not going, well, it's not unfortunately, but I'm really not going to save up for mortgage. I wait for Ed's paycheck, where he has the lion's share of the money. He gets paid a higher pay wage than I do. So we usually put most of his aside for mortgage lump sums. However, there's still a lump sum going through. And as of last week, the mortgage lump sum payment was at 15%. And that meant that there was 22 for a 40. So we put nothing this week. I'm going to bring you in closer so that you can see. We bring it nothing this week, so it will remain at 24 for 40. That's okay. Next week we'll put more. We're still at 15% of the $26,000 that we are allowed per year to do as a lump sum payment. So we have already paid 15% of the allowable rate. I'm happy with that. We're going to keep going as the year goes on. I mean, December's not even done yet. It's still going to be really fun, because my lump sum payments are getting close to finishing those first pages that I printed off. So I'm going to show you that on the weekend or somewhere around there when we do it. All right, exciting part. This category has changed. Last time it was internet. We have finished paying the internet for our year. We have paid the company $660 that they have. That should cover a full year of internet. Now I want to cover utilities. Now for utilities, I wanted to save up at least $1,500 in a year. So we'll put that here, $1,500. That's our starting point. Now I already had a small credit developed on the account of $134. So we're going to deduct that. I'll say 130. I like to round things up, because I don't like going to the penny. It's just not a thing for me. There you go, 130. And then I'm going to take the 200. I'm going to take 200 out of the 216 that was left yesterday. And take that out too. Look at that. Look at that. So that leaves us with $1,170 left to pay. Now I calculated that, and that means we have paid 22% of that bill. I love doing that. I love doing that. All right. Next up is our emergency fund. Now last week I said we were at 25%. We had 25% of our emergency fund saved, because I really made a dent in it when I paid my Smile Direct. Now I was supposed to have $790 left, but I said last week that I don't like $790, so I added $10 to that. It's not much, but at least I'm at $800. So yeah, I'm hoping that maybe next week, possibly if we can get a nice paycheck going, we will be able to do that. Since I wrote expenses here, I think I'm going to write funds right here. Like that. Isn't that fun? Funds. It's a fun word. All right, so that is as much as we're going to do. I'm very happy that we're starting with utilities. I really want to pay that to zero, and then we can start into the next year. Now, as I always do, I am keeping track of these because it's a visual and it's fun to see. So I had put in a little more in our credit than we actually had. So it puts us at around here. There you go. Still a lot of lines there, but we're going to get around to it. We're going to get around to it, and then we can start the sinking fund. So 2020 to 2021, a whole far, far away year ahead in the future. So that would be the end of 2020 to 3/4 of 2021, because that's approximately when my bills. October is kind of the month where everything comes in, where I owe stuff. So there you go. So that one's done for this week. I'm always glad to have progress anywhere. Makes me feel good. And after we're done paying this utilities bill, we have a full year of expenses. Now that's better than 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund. That's actually things being paid for a full year. Of course, food's not included in that, but the emergency fund here, if we can get it back up to 3,000, that should take care of food if we're very careful for months and months. Okay, so here we go. Next up is, I'm going to write investments. Do I have room to write investment? Let's see if I can do it. If I do it small, in, invest, it's like I was born to do that, eh? Oh my God, my Canadian just came out, eh? All right, here we go. So first up is EQ Bank. As you guys saw, I made money on EQ Bank. I made a whole 5 cents. So we're going to put that at $25.20. Yay! Next up is Wealthsimple. Now, this did not go well. I was at $2.69 last week. It is now down to $2.66, and that's because the interest went down. My interest got eaten up. I'm at 1.2% compared to the 3% of last week. That really sucked. Okay. Let's hope that next week is better. Right? Right. All right. So TFSA is at $800. The reason it is at $800 is because that's where I keep my emergency fund. Of course. If it's got to make interest somewhere, right? And of course, we end with my RSP that's staying steady, as far as I know, at $26,000, because I haven't received the sheet telling me how the quarterly did. I'm sure that will come as the new year is coming around and tax time. They will start sending those out, and I'll be able to update you on what's going on with that. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that is my week on paper in a beautiful little budget, all colorful for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care of yourselves. Don't forget to come back for lump sum mortgage. Of course, we have a lump sum mortgage payment going through, and we're going to update our sheets on that as well. Take care of yourselves. You don't have to have more to be more. Being you is more than enough. Take care, and thanks for coming around. Bye.